It's always a big feeling to close these times together, you know? It's like, what's to do, you know? So spin the IP Rolodex and and hope that the technology that arises is really what serves our unique spectrum of needs, our cascade of change that we're hostessing and hosting in our hearts and in our minds and in our organisms. What's really arising in me right now, thematically, that I'd like to impress upon this closing space is, you know, the idea of transmission. Maybe you've had the thought that, you know, every mind state that we occupy, whether it's the trance of unworthiness or the trance of self-importance or the trance of radical curiosity or revolutionary love, like you fill in the blank, right? But every mind state is, it is a kind of trance. And as meditators, as practitioners, as a community of practitioners, we do a kind of reality transurfing when we are engaging in these practices. There's some sirens going by and a few windows open here. And we get to very consciously move from the subconscious habit patterns into conscious choice. We get to toggle around at will and select the mind state, to select the trance that we wish to have be as our emanation in the world. And so just this idea of transmission, take this moment to tune in to what trance you came into this journey with, and what this journey has done to transfigure the trance, and what trance you are committed to taking out and emanating into our beautiful world. And you can use this first practice to tune in to this medicine of the trance. We're going to work with a mudra, as we commonly do. And this is Padma Mudra, and this is another compassion mudra. And it's another mudra that helps us to recognize that the foundation of our unique radiance and our collective radiance comes from the openness of the heart, and the full bloom of the heart. So you're going to bring the base of the wrist together and the pinky fingers together and the thumbs together. And then you're going to open the 6 innermost fingers in a way that's very energized, right? So in all of these kinds of technologies, there's some semblance of surrender and there's some semblance of pressurization that allows us to really affect our neurochemistry, so that we become the change that we seek. So you're going to do a 4-part inhalation through the nose and a 4-part exhalation through the nose. Okay, I'm going to demonstrate what that's going to sound like. Okay, so you're using the rhythmic, hypnotic, percussive quality of your breathing body to help in opening the quality of consciousness that you're inhabiting right now. Okay, so shall we do this for a moment's time together? Open heart, open soft belly, mind as big as the sky, and you're going to set the gaze actually into the base of this lotus palm shape, which may feel a little bit uncomfortable in the optic nerve and in the eyeballs themselves, but give it a try, because it's well worth tuning into. Okay, so let's breathe together, and you can stay off mute, okay, so that we can hear the collective breath. If you're already on mute, you don't need to change, but All right, so inhaling, exhaling. And keep this going. So keep it going, stay in it. And as you're breathing, use the abdominal wall to create a pulsation in the ball of the belly. Yeah, and I'm seeing some tissue utilization. It can be very detoxifying, okay? Yeah, stay in it for just another moment. And last cycle. And at the completion of that fourth exhalation, go ahead and bring your hands down into your lap and just get comfortable in the moment and in this beautiful body that you've been given to live in and learn in. You know, and every time we do these types of dynamic meditations, they're pattern disruptors that allow us to interrupt the release valve of all of our old habits so that we can be in that cascade, that growth cascade of grace and metta with the flip of a switch. So that's one of my favorites, and I hope that that you put it in your tool belt. So I'd like to turn around here in a moment and do some really soft, gentle gonging. I wish that I could, do some galactic gonging for you, like I like to do when we're in the room together, even though I really feel like we're in the room together. But I feel really strongly around using this incredible tool as closing our container, because it has such an effect on the sophisticated, subtle aspects of our transformational process. And I'd like to give you a mudra. If you want to just, lay back or sit back and let it be, a bare bones listening meditation, because the gong is powerful enough, you can simply do that. But if you'd like to have an activation aspect of your listening meditation, you could do one of two things. I'm going to give you a couple of mudras. How did this alchemical heart seal mudra treat you this morning? Did it feel like some good medicine? This is a good one. This is a good one to keep also in the tool belt. So you can return to this, and I'm going to break it down in case you forgot how to wind into it, because it's a little bit elaborate. Right hand in front, the pinky fingers are going to wind, the middle fingers are going to wind, index fingers are going to wind, and you're going to join you're going to join the ring fingers with the thumbs. And then you're going to pressurize by pushing and pulling simultaneously, lifting the elbows and kind of creating a little bit of tug. Okay, so here we've got this alchemical heart seal mudra, and you're going to hover it in front of your heart. Or you can do a Jupiter lock, which is also one of my favorites. So you can use your index fingers and your thumbs and lock the index fingers first, and then join the tip of the index fingers with the tips of their thumbs on each hand, and then curl the middle ring and pinky fingers into the heart of the palm, and then hover it right here over your brow center, also creating that necessary pressurization that's going to impress upon your endocrine system so that you get that right kind of biochemistry surging, so that the meditation can dose you with the right kind of neurochemical flows, so that you're creating that shift. Okay, so choose your mudra or just lay back and take it in. Okay, and I'm gonna swivel around and gong for a little while, but I'm gonna do a time check here. All right. So, one last piece about the breathing. I almost forgot to articulate this very necessary moving part. Of course, you can just breathe in neutral, because the gong is enough. But I'm a really big fan and a huge proponent of the circle mouth breathing. So creating an O shape with the lips, and then exhaling out of the nose. Okay. This is really strong medicine for us right now, as we need to be consciously oxygenating, as I was speaking to this in yesterday's Qigong flow, because of the experience of breathlessness that that we're working with, being a masked culture. Okay, so really oxygenate your tissues, and tend and befriend these moments of meditation that we're sharing together in a beautiful closing way. So, if you could just take a moment to make sure you're on mute. mudra, if you happen to still be holding it strong. And I want to give you a closing mantra for this beautiful time we've been having together. This is Gate Gate. And this is as always, these aren't new songs. This is another very old song, so old, which means that it comes into our shared space, it comes in through us and for us with an incredible amount of momentum. And this mantra means gone, gone, gone beyond, gone altogether beyond. Psh, what an awakening. That's what happens when we do this work together. I'd love for you to just close your eyes and let it love you open. Think of all the countless sentient beings who have fostered a relationship with this beautiful mantra. Again, let this sound meditation be a pattern changer in a beauty way. So simple, so elemental. In the East, there's a beautiful word. The word is Yatra, and Yatra means pilgrimage. You know, in Promega, we are a tribe of nomadic bridge builders. We travel, and we have not been traveling the coordinates of planet Earth in these past many months, but we have been granted this deep opportunity to travel within and to do this noble work of discovering the aspects of our inner being that we have not yet met, to discover parts of ourselves that we didn't know existed, as if we were trekking in high mountains or in far off deserts, and to bring that spontaneous, fresh spirit of discovery in the same way that we would if we were thousands of miles away from home. And it's my sincere hope, as I ready myself to say farewell to you for now, that you will continue to explore this inner terrain of your own emergence with that essence of Yatra, to let the process be a pilgrimage. What a beautiful opportunity. You know, when I first entered this community, I tiptoed very carefully around using certain words like spiritual or blessing, and now I know that I can say, what a blessing, and that and that it has a landing place. I hope that all of the sound currents translated peacefully through Teams. Thank you so much for hanging in and taking in this sound meditation, this closing ceremony. And it is with absolute awe, gratefulness, and wonder that I say this completes our meditation for today. Sat Nam and Namaste. I love you all. Take really good care.